Right. Hello. Hello, hello. Happy New Year. Why did I just hear like a sword sound effect? Is that part of this music? That was strange. Anyways, tonight I thought it would be fun. I'm going to be distracted by the sound of fireworks this whole time. I apologize. It's 10:30 and it's just gonna get worse. But I thought it would be fun if I did a tier list of every game that I played this year. But one moment. Hold on. I need to fix something really quickly. Hold on. Okay. Wait. Hold. Okay. So loud. Just so ridiculously loud. Okay, here we go. So there's a lot of them. This will probably be a pretty short stream though, because I don't think I'm going to do anything after this. But I thought that this would be fun. I'm going to try and go through these roughly in the order that I played them. And also, just so you're aware, this is a very comparative ranking, not a definitive ranking. This is very much more ranking my enjoyment of each against the other and not total, because if I don't have it be more comparative, then just 80% of them are going to be A tier and the other 20% are going to be S, and that's just not interesting. This is the problem with, you know, playing games that I like and liking the things that I stick with and being pretty good at picking games for myself to play. But yeah, so going through roughly in order, pretty sure we started off with Undertale, which like everything got cut off here. That's great. That's fine. Ignore the very cut off game images. So I finished the True Pacifist playthrough for the first time. And I started Genocide, did not finish Genocide. But I think it goes... Again, we're gonna start off with this whole thing of like... everything's gonna be A tier. Often change the names of the tiers since you find yourself not hating very many of the items. Exactly, I just didn't know what to change them to. There wasn't a particularly good way of ranking this, you know? Lowest to C, so might not be a problem. Yeah, that's what I figured. I didn't think anything was really going to go below C, and there's really only like one or two that will probably be there. Also, I need to move chat. I thought that would be a good place for it. It's not. That should be fine. But anyways, hello James. Happy New Year. We'll do that. That should work. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, it's a solid game. I enjoyed it greatly. It had, you know, good... the combat was interesting, even though I was really, really bad at it. I loved the story. The dialogue was fun. Characters were great. I probably will never finish Genocide, and that makes me sad. but genocide itself makes me sad, so maybe it's a good thing I'm not gonna finish it. I really would like to eventually beat the Sans fight. I just truly don't know if I have the skills for it. It's so hard. And I can't really practice because I tried the bad time simulator and it just didn't work very well. It was really laggy. So I'm like, I don't know if I can't even practice it, if I have to go through it in the game every time. I just don't know if I have the patience to try and do that with my horrible reflexes. But 2025 is the year in which I actually played a good number of games, just wish you'd finished more of them. Looks at Expedition 33. That's fair. From what I've heard, it's a pretty lengthy game though, so it makes sense. I think, how many was this, 27? It said, yeah, 27 files. Which is kind of crazy. But it's still in Act 1. Yeah, that's me with Silksong. I'm still in Act 1 of Silksong. I'll get there eventually. I just need to play it ever. But yeah, let's see. Moving on. What was roughly next? Root trees. The root trees are dead. I'm really annoyed with these pictures. It's fine. Problem with this one, I feel like I need to rank it lower purely because I don't remember so much of it. It was a very long time ago. I do remember it. It was a fun, genealogical, you had to go through a computer and find information about the family and piece together who was related to who, and it's actually a really fun puzzle game. I'm ranking a lot of these off of have I / will I sit down to actually make a video off of them, because that really does, if I liked it, that will vastly improve my chances of making a video off of it. Part of the reason I haven't for this one is because my audio settings were really, really bad. And this was, at the beginning of the year, I still didn't really have a chat. There wasn't really anyone around to tell me, hey, we can't hear you. And then I think I just full on lost one of the files or something. So I didn't end up making a video off of it for that reason. But I also just, it was interesting. I don't think it would have made a good video. But I think it'll go into B. It wasn't it was a good game. I liked it a lot, but it wasn't of my favorites that I played. Okay. I think that leads into Blueprints then, which, yeah. Just, yeah. Blueprints. I feel like if you've been here at all, this one needs no explanation, but, yeah, best puzzle game I've played, truly. Not Game of the Year. Game of the Year, for me, it's not a game that came out this year, but it is reserved for something else. And I'm putting only one in there. There's one game that's gonna top for me. And we'll get to that. We're gonna get to that last, actually, I think. But yeah, Blueprints, best puzzle game I've ever played. I've got only 100 hours in it so far, which is kind of crazy. I should have more, truly. It's the game I keep coming back to, and it's honestly the game that I think I can credit where I'm at right now to, because I don't think I would have ended up going nearly as regularly with my streams if I hadn't started playing it. It was definitely one of the ones that got me into okay, I'm gonna set a consistent schedule purely because I just want to play this game consistently. And then I was able to find a lot of my little community that I've started growing because of this game. So I'm I actually owe a lot to Blueprints right now. And it's just good. I just love it. It's a very good game. Go play it. I'm gonna finish. I'm so close to finishing it. I think like technically I have, but there's still like puzzles to complete, and I'm gonna complete them all. It's gonna happen. Not tonight. I'm too tired for that tonight. Especially because the next puzzle I have to solve is math. But yeah. Okay. What was after that? Roughly. I think I just did a bunch of escape room stuff after that. We'll just go through some of our escape room things. Escape from Mistwood Mansion. I'll put that in A. It's a very good escape room game. I'd seen it before, but despite that, I hadn't remembered a lot of the puzzles when I played it, which was good. I didn't feel like when I was playing it, I was like, oh, I know how to do this. I actually felt like I was solving everything. Just check the Xbox app to see how much you played Blueprints. It's showing 12.6 days. That tracks. Wait, hold on. Let me... How much is... 100 hours isn't quite that long. That's not that long. That's only like 4 days. I've got like 4 days. 12 days. That's crazy, actually. Did you leave it open, perhaps? Yeah, Escape from Mistwood Mansion. I felt smart the whole time, and that's always fun. Like, that's a huge thing with puzzle games. If you feel challenged, but also that, like, you understood everything, and then you feel smart when you solve stuff. So I feel like it did a really good job with that. It wasn't particularly long, but it was a good length for what it was. So, yeah, solid game, solid puzzles. Wanted to get all the upgrades. You have 4 files decently far. That would make sense, yeah. That's the thing, I haven't even, like, gone into Dare mode or Cursed mode at all. I haven't done any of those runs. I haven't done speedrunning at all, which I think if I were to do that, that would up my hours vastly. I just haven't. And maybe I will next year. I could see myself putting some time into trying to get the day 1 and the speed trophies. But also, that's just... RNG speedruns kind of annoy me. It's why I never did too much with Stardew Valley speedruns, because they're very RNG based. And Blueprints is just like... For things like that, it is entirely RNG. So... it's not as appealing to me in a speedrun, but... The Dare mode deleted that file after transferring the trophy to your main file. Yeah. I tried it once and it didn't go well, and then I got scared. Alright, moving along. Secrets of Blackrock Manor. Similar to Escape from Mistwood Mansion, but I'll probably put it in B just because there were a few of the puzzles that just weren't as good. They just didn't quite make as much sense. I think it didn't help with my experience that I didn't stop when I definitely should have, because I underestimated how much of the game was left. And so I just kind of kept going, and I was really tired and just kind of losing it at a certain point, but I wanted to push through. And so I think if I had stopped and picked it up another day, I think I would have had a better experience with the second half of it. It was still good, and I still liked it. None of the puzzles are, like, particularly stand out to me, I'd say. But I remember it being fun, so that's something. I don't know if that review would justify it being in B or more of a C tier. It's hard to say. I don't know. Maybe I move it down just to have something in C. Because again, I feel I need to be careful about this, or everything's gonna be A. This is the problem with tier lists. But yeah. Enjoyable, but not super memorable. Is this game trying to kill me? I think that's probably B. Again, also very, like, solid puzzle game. Interesting concept of kind of going back and forth between a real world and a digital world. I feel like the ending was a little bit of like a letdown. I also don't fully remember, so I guess it's another one where it's like it wasn't super memorable in terms of some things. Like, I couldn't tell you what any of the puzzles really were. I feel like some of them were kind of easy and then some of them didn't make a ton of sense. And it was also pretty short, so again, maybe this, I keep talking and I'm like, maybe I should actually move these down. But then I feel bad. I don't want to hurt the game's feelings. This is such a problem. Why did I do this? I'm like the worst person to do something like this. If I make a tier list, I always want the tiers to be somewhat even. Yeah, I try. This is, okay, to be completely honest, this is the first time I think I've ever actually made a tier list. But yeah, no, I did like it. It was fun. But like, I don't know, that's about kind of all I can say. Where were we from there? Outer Wilds? I think that was around Outer Wilds time. I think Outer Wilds is on the brink of the two. It really is. It is like A.5 in death. The only reason it's not S for me is because of the controls. And I know that that's the point. It's not supposed, like, part of the difficulty of the game is in the controls, but I was just so bad at it. I got better, but it ended up getting kind of frustrating at points where it's like I just kind of wanted to do the puzzle and the mystery solving and the story aspect of the game, but then the controls were getting in the way. And so that was like, there were a few moments where I was just like, okay, I think I need to just like step away from this for a bit because I can't do it. But I really loved the game. I loved the concept of the game. The story was cool, and being able to figure out the mystery of it all was really fun. The controls, man, the controls. And it's similar with like why Undertale isn't fully like S tier was the combat. Like the fact that you couldn't run from random encounters. I hate that you can't run from random encounters. Stop forcing me into combat when I don't want to be in combat. It really annoys me. And then they also take away the ability to run from combat when you're in it to escape. So it's just like little stuff like that. There, it's like, some annoyances to it. But yeah, like Outer Wilds on the cusp. Let's see. I think Peak was around then. Peak is probably B for me, just because it's definitely one that I wouldn't play it by myself. You can't run from random encounters. You could have sworn you could. You can. There is an escape option when you're in combat. However, it only works sometimes. And sometimes it just won't let you escape. And that's annoying to me. Like, if you're gonna have the option to escape, it should work. Like, you should just be able to use it to escape. Isn't that normal? I've only played 3 games in that style. In Omori, I think it was that way as well, where you could attempt to escape, but it wouldn't always work. I don't honestly remember, though. But the thing with Omori is that you were not forced into random encounters. You could avoid them, because it was sort of you have to run into the sprite in order to trigger the combat. And sometimes it was unavoidable, sometimes you would have to hit those combat moments. But in general, you could kind of just like skirt around them if you didn't want to do the fighting. In Undertale, it doesn't give you a choice. You're just walking along and suddenly you are in a combat. And I think if that is how you're going to set up your combat, where you force your players into a random encounter, then the escape option should always work. That's just my personal opinion. I don't mind the escape option not working as much if you have the option to avoid the encounters in the first place. So, I don't know, that's just a personal thing for me. Don't know how Undertale works compared to other RPGs. That's the thing, my experience is pretty limited, but Pokemon's based on speed. Yeah, there's not really speed mechanics in the ones that I've played. Not in that sort of way, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what determined if you could escape or not. It seemed pretty just random. Like sometimes it would work and then sometimes it wouldn't. So yeah, I don't know exactly how it's coded. I just know that it annoyed me. But yeah, Peak. Really fun game to play with friends. Quite enjoyable. If you've got good friends, which I do, it's absolutely hilarious. I'm not great at it, and I wouldn't play it alone. It's just not, like, it's a party game. It's not something that I would necessarily, like, go and, I want to be really good at this kind of thing. Like, it's one that I'll pull out on occasion if I'm just doing stuff with my friends. And I made a really good video off of it. That's actually one of my favorites that I've ever made. So that definitely gets it some points, but like beyond that, it's, you know, it's fun. Fun to play with friends. That's about it. I think that's Secret of the Mimic then. It was fun. It's just not really my type of game. It was one that I played because I have some interest in the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, in that I've seen other people do playthroughs and stuff, and I find it interesting, but I'm not really one for playing survival horror games, I've realized. They're just not all that interesting to me. The most interesting part of Secret of the Mimic was the optional text-based adventure game, which you couldn't even do unless you did 2 full playthroughs and got a bunch of difficult to get things. And so I've just never gone back to even do it because, God, I suck at survival horror games. I'm just not good at them. I'm not good at dodging and hiding and all of this stuff, and I want there to be more puzzles, and then there's not puzzles, and then it makes me sad that there's not puzzles, because it seems like there should be. So yeah, I mean, again, like, I enjoyed playing it. It was fun. Again, ranking this off of, have I made a video on it? I've been intending to make a video since I played it, like, 6 months ago, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Watched the playthrough of FNAF 1, thought it was good, but didn't want to play it. Didn't want to play FNAF World, but it got delisted from Steam immediately. Yeah, that's like, I don't know. I don't think I'd be good at the original, like, 3 traditional FNAF games. And I enjoyed watching people play Security Breach and Ruin, but I don't think I'd enjoy playing them. I think in general, the Five Nights at Freddy's games, I think I'm just content with watching other people play them and not playing them myself for the future. Alright, what was roughly next? We'll stick on the horror game trend with the Little Nightmares series. Little Nightmares 1. Honestly, I think I'd put it in A. I really like it. I love... maybe 1 goes in B. We'll put 1 in B because it's pretty short and I think 2 is better. I want to have somewhere to go. But yeah, I like 6 a lot. I really like Little Nightmares. They're so pretty, they're so atmospheric. They're hard, but I've gotten better at them. My original profile picture used to be 6, so that tells you something. So I think, yeah, the original one and probably the DLC, I'd put both into B just because they're not particularly long and there's some moments that I just like. The chefs in the first one. God, I hate the chef section. It's just the worst. But Little Nightmares 2, I think I'd put in A. It's just gorgeous. I used to watch it, like, playthroughs of it, like, as a movie. Playing it was not as much fun for me, in part because I had seen it, so it's like, I knew all the puzzles and everything, so I was kind of just, like, going through the motions. I wasn't really solving anything. And then, it's similar with... Did I watch a playthrough of Little Nightmares 1 first before I played it? I don't remember. I think I did. I think the only game that I played blind was the DLC. And then Little Nightmares 3. But the second one is just like... I don't know. I'm always gonna really like it, I think. It holds a special place for me. Little Nightmares 3... Honestly, it goes in B. Like, I really liked it. My only real complaint was that it was kind of short for the amount that it cost, and compared to Little Nightmares 2, it was actually quite a bit shorter, I think, and it was not as difficult. And I just think that they could have done a bit more with it. But I still really liked it. I feel like it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. I really liked the co-op aspect. I don't know, maybe I would feel differently if I'd done it single player. But I thought doing it co-op was really fun. I liked the tie-in to the podcast, but I can see if you hadn't listened to the podcast and don't have interest in doing so, then being a little like, oh, some of this seems very disconnected and whatever, but I don't know. I liked it. I think that's what remains of Edith Finch then. Honestly, I'd put it in A. It was just a really good story game. I think maybe it goes B just because I wish there'd been a little bit more, but then that's just like me wanting more of things that are already good. Not so much feeling like it needed more, but just wanting more. I think I fall into the trap too of like wanting more gameplay out of things that are meant to just be story, and looking for secrets and looking for puzzles when there's really not any to be found, and that's not the point. So it's kind of a me thing and less of a game thing, if that makes sense. But I really liked it. It was just it was a really sad, like truly tragic story. And I'm a sucker for tragic stories, so I really enjoyed it. Oh, I skipped over Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight was earlier in the year. Hollow Knight's an S tier for me. Hollow Knight's just, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. It always will be. It's from a nostalgic place more than anything, I think. It was the first game that I really like got me into gaming. The first game that I truly sunk just a ridiculous number of hours into. Like, I have 783 hours in Hollow Knight. I've played it a lot less over the past few years than I did when I originally started, but it's always gonna remain as like one of my tops. And there will always be times when I come back to it, just in some form, be it like randomizers or challenges like I did, or I keep saying that I want to get back into speedrunning of it. I don't know if I ever will, but yeah, it's a good game. Good game. Love the bug game. I feel like I can't quite rate Silksong because I haven't finished Silksong. I'm gonna put it in A because it's good. I've really enjoyed what I've played of it so far, but it really have only done Act 1. I'm at like the end of Act 1 and I'm once again stuck on a boss. It's much harder. I think there were some difficulty decisions that were made that I don't necessarily agree with. But like, I've enjoyed what I've played of it so far. I just haven't quite had the motivation to keep playing it. Even though I want to, but it's just like I know I have to sit down and like really work at it, and that's just something that I've not had the brain power to do for the past few months, just with everything else and other things that I've been playing and just life. But yeah, I do really like it. I do. I feel like I'm trying to justify myself here. Is that not what tier listing is? Kind of burnt out on Steel Soul attempts on Silksong, might go back to Binding Radiant attempts in Hollow Knight. Yeah, I mean, that's like the way to do it, truly. I think that's the fun of having games like that, where when you start to get tired of a certain aspect, you can just like go to something else and try something else. I think it'll be interesting once I do eventually finish Silksong to go back and try some of the challenges in Hollow Knight that I haven't actually completed. And like, because the combat is so much harder in Silksong, to see like, okay, would I have an easier time of doing Pantheons in Hollow Knight? I don't know. I probably won't, truly. Could I actually beat NKG once I've beaten the Silksong bosses that are like as hard, if not harder, and earlier on, and not optional? But Yeah, we'll see. It's one of my goals for next year, I think, is to go and actually finish Silksong. Not a fan of the double damage. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Been playing Ori lately, and there's a bunch of instant death stuff in that, so maybe it's not so bad. Yeah. Oh, Ori's another one I need to actually play. I did play it a while ago. I don't think I finished it. Yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest. I never actually finished it, though. Maybe that's another one I'll come back to. My other issue right now is, my controller doesn't have a good charging cord to plug into my computer. So I'm, like, trying to avoid controller-based games. But yeah. Let's see. Minecraft, I think, is kind of around there then. This is a kind of weird one in that it belongs in multiple tiers. Basic, like, play the game, beat the Ender Dragon, you know, normal, like, what you would do in a speedrun gameplay. B, I've still not actually done it. Just survival Minecraft, and I think maybe that's what I say. Survival Minecraft is B tier for me. I'm just not a huge fan of it. It's fun for a bit, and then I get bored or frustrated. Like, just trying to actually progress and get the stuff, and I've never gotten to the end, and it's just not as interesting for me. I play a lot of Hypixel Skyblock. A tier. I like, perhaps surprisingly considering what I said about survival Minecraft, Hypixel Skyblock being incredibly grindy, I actually really enjoy. I just kind of, it's just fun to sort of sit down and just like, go mining, go farming, and have something on in the background while I just mine pumpkins for 2 hours. Like, I don't know, there's just something satisfying about Hypixel Skyblock. But that's like almost an entirely different game from just Minecraft, you know? Bought it for Pixelmon, proceeded to not do anything with Pixelmon. Yeah. I think other SMPs kind of go into A as well, in that I like them. I like the idea of it. I really want to join the Realm SMP, and I just kind of keep forgetting to get the IP for it. But like, I watched all of the private Realm streams that happened end of last year, beginning of this year, and I got kind of obsessed with it, and I may have bought a plushie of one of the characters, and yeah. The Realm SMP was very fun. But like, I just kind of don't know what to do at a certain point, and then there's just like a lot of people around, and I don't know how to interact with them, and part of it is interacting with them. I'm just not good at that. I get social anxiety. Using it as a medium to do other things. S tier. I like just like building fun stuff and having it be, so yeah, like creative mode also goes in here. Just like copying builds. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's a cool little fidget. And then using it for other things. I was thinking today about the Minecraft Valley video that I made, where I built Stardew Valley in Minecraft and then made a movie. And I need to rewatch that video. I might honestly rewatch it on stream and do commentary, because it was fun, and I think that would be fun to do. I don't know. It's a thought. That video needs more love. I put 100 hours into it. But I also, that kind of stuff takes a lot of time and energy. So I don't do very much of it. I don't do as much as I was hoping I would end up doing. So I think averaging all of that out, it's gonna go into A. It's just a solid A tier game. I probably have 1,000 hours in it. And I got it last year. In 2024. If you ever get into Minecraft, it might be for Archipelago. Yeah, I want to do Archipelago stuff really badly. I think it would be fun to do, like, with Hollow Knight and Minecraft and Archipelago. I think that would be cool. Randomizers are just fun. I'm gonna do more randomizers in general. Okay, let's see. Lorelei, I think, was around next. I think that's A. It was a really good puzzle game. I really enjoyed it. The puzzles were really fun. There were a few that were pretty difficult. I wouldn't say there were any that I felt were unfair. So I don't mind difficulty if it's not like, oh, I never would have figured that out. If it's more of a like, oh, I should have figured that out, then that's on me and says nothing about the game. The story was a little convoluted, I'd say. It definitely came together at the end, but sort of only at the end. But that's the thing, like, I don't know if I mind that. It was kind of cool to see, like, the pieces of the puzzle slowly coming together as you went through it. I don't know. But it was very good. Why is it not an S tier? Honestly, I don't think I have a reason for it to not be an S tier. I think it was a very good puzzle game. I really enjoyed it. It was a cool concept. Yeah, I think it's actually an S. Cool. Let's see. Firewatch. I think Firewatch goes in A. Cool, just story game, interesting characters, interesting story. It definitely got me with the like, oh, this is a big conspiracy. Oh wait, no, it's not. That's another thing where it's like I was a little disappointed that there wasn't a big conspiracy because I'm someone who really likes big conspiracy plots. But then, like, it made sense that it was just kind of, you know, it wasn't that, and sometimes it's not that, and that's okay. So it's, again, it's kind of like a me thing and not a game thing. Yeah, no, I liked it. I think it's just not an S because it wasn't, like, necessarily my... I don't know. Like, I don't really have a reason for it not to be an S, but I also don't really have a reason for it to be an S. So I think it's pretty good just sort of staying an A. Solid game. Okay. Dead Letter Department. I'm gonna put in B. Purely because I think I just haven't finished it. I think it might be higher if I had finished it, but I just didn't, and I haven't felt like going back to it. Part of the reason, though, being I think I want to make a video off of it, but in more of a, like, immersive playthrough style, where it's maybe not completely scripted, but kind of scripted, but, like, doing it as if I was the character, in the game. I don't know if you've seen any, Slimesicle does a lot of immersive horror game playthroughs, and I really like that style, so I feel like it'd be a cool game to do that with, but it's one that I haven't just gotten around to doing, and I think if it was truly A tier, then I would be more motivated to actually get around to doing that, you know? I mean, that's the thing, at its core, it's like, it's a typing game, and that's kind of it. Like, there's stuff going on, and there's some stuff that you can do, but it really is just a typing game. And it brings me back to elementary school. Amanda. I wanted to love you, and I didn't, and it makes me sad that I didn't, but it was kind of a letdown. Like, I was really excited for the finale. And then it was pretty short. It was lacking in like one of the main mechanics of the first two games, which was like you had a scripted death at times, and then doing that unlocked new things on the second or third even playthroughs. And it just didn't have that, which made sense within the story, but it was one of the things that I really liked about the first two games, so I was kind of just disappointed that it wasn't there. The puzzles were not as hard. I think that they overcorrected a bit after the second game with some of the difficulty complaints that they got from that. And I think they shouldn't have. I think they should have just like... They just made things too easy, and it wasn't as puzzly and interesting as the others were. So, yeah. Like, I still enjoyed it. I really did. It was still fun. But it was not as good as the first two, in my opinion. Escape Sim. I also feel like I shouldn't necessarily be ranking this one because I've only played one of the 3 rooms. But I really liked it. It was good. I feel like the puzzles were good. There were difficult moments, but they weren't too hard. It's gonna be A just because, again, I haven't played the other rooms. I heard that one of them wasn't as great, like the pirate one, like they were doing some weird stuff with trying to make it seem like the room was moving and thus you couldn't actually see items or something like that unless you were standing still. So I think there's maybe some stuff in the other rooms that just wasn't done quite as well, but overall, I don't know, I really liked the vampire room that we played. So yeah, just Escape Sim is always good. We love Escape Sim here. Store-bought. I think it kind of goes with Peak for me in that I wouldn't play it by myself, but it was fun to play with a friend. I'm interested to see when the full game is released, like what's gonna be in it and all of that. It was kind of... I don't know if I like that when you died in level 1, it just sent you immediately to level 2 instead of forcing you to repeat level 1, because I feel like you kind of lost the story in that, so that was kind of weird. But the character designs were fun. I thought it was funny that you go into meat psychosis when you're... when your sanity gets too low. Yeah. It was silly. I enjoyed it, but like I wouldn't play it myself. By myself, I mean. The Dark Queen of Morthulm. I think it's B. It was a very interesting game and an interesting concept and a cool story, but it was also only like 30 minutes long. It was fun, but like it's done now. I finished it all in like 45 minutes. And also, I don't think I'm ever going to get the achievement where you actually beat the opponent, because the combat was really, really hard. But yeah, good game. Interesting. Cool concept. While waiting, I actually enjoyed it quite a lot more than I thought I was going to. It was very fun. I haven't finished it yet. I was going to do more tonight, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna end when this is over. But there's a lot more to it than I thought there was gonna be, and it's really cute and really chill and cozy. And yeah, I think it's got a lot of replayability in that you really have to go back in order to like get all of the stickers, and so it makes my sticker achievement brain happy. But yeah, solid game. Okay. I think you can probably see where this is going now at this point. Start again a prologue. Wonder what your game of the year is. As a standalone game, it would honestly probably be in like A or B if you take it completely by itself. Because it's meant to, like, it was the prototype of In Stars and Time. So it's a beta version of a game. There's not so much to it. There's some weirdness with some of the mechanics. There's just not a ton of mechanics. It was very much built to test the coding ability of the dev and to see if they'd be able to actually do the game. So it would probably be taken completely by itself. B. Taken in context, I'm not going to spoil stuff, but like in context, this is S tier. And I can't actually go into more detail than that. But like from a story perspective, having the context of In Stars and Time, it is very good and very interesting, and it breaks my heart. And then yeah, this is not. Yeah. So you might note that there's a little pinned message up there, new video. I have my first episode of this out today, and the title of this video is The Best Game I Played All Year, Maybe Ever. And I stand by that. This is my new favorite game. I spent 40 hours streaming it over a period of 2 weeks. And then, over the past since then, I've edited 8 videos of it. And I think there's probably going to be another 7 episodes by the time I get through all of the VODs. So this is going to be like a 15 episode series. I'm set, my upload schedule is set for the next 4 to 5 months. And I'm just addicted to it. It's so bad. I streamed it for 40 hours, and then I went and watched the entire fully voiced playthrough that Jello Apocalypse did, which was like it was like 4 or 5 VODs, and each one was like 5 or 6 hours. And then I've been editing all of my own videos. I read a 90,000 word fanfiction about this game. I can't. It has taken over my brain. I cannot express how much I love this game. It's awful, truly. Yeah, no. Go play it if you haven't played it. Go play this game, or at least watch the videos that I'm going to be releasing weekly for the next 4 to 5 months. Yeah, I just, for the sake of going through it, RPG, the third RPG I've ever played, time loops, heartbreaking story, incredibly written dialogue, incredible representation, amazing art. The art is so cute. All the love to the dev for making this game. It's good. It's very good. But yeah, I guess that's everything. That's my year in games. Woo! Yeah, it was a great year. I really loved everything that I played. I also think it's crazy to think if hold on, I can go back and actually see, so like my growth this year. Okay, I've only got from April when I started Blueprints. So I started this in April, mid-April, when I started the Blueprints streams. I was at 11 followers. I'm at 67 now, which is like, for me, like a really kind of crazy amount of growth over the course of 8 months. I didn't stream very much leading up to that, so like really, let's call that over the year. I hit affiliate, which is insane. I currently am at 12 subscribers, which is awesome. And I like actually have like people who show up for my streams regularly, like people I've kind of like considered my community. And gained a lot of followers from the Zote stream, yeah. I think it's really, I'm honestly so glad that you like came for Hollow Knight and stuck around for all of the other stuff that I've done. I know that's kind of one of the difficult things of being a variety streamer, is that you get people who are interested in one of the games that you play, and so they'll show up for that, and maybe you get a follow from that. But then if you move on to something else, then they may not come back. So the fact that I've had people coming back has honestly meant like a lot more than you know. Like, it's been really cool for me. So I'm really glad that you guys have been here and that I've been able to do so much this year. And yeah, here's to 2026 and all of the cool new things I'm gonna do then. I don't know what they are, but they're gonna be fun. But yeah, I think I'll probably, yeah. Do you tend to be selective about games you watch from the variety streamers? Yeah, I do too. Like, it's, you know, you want to find the things that you're interested in, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think it's also fun when you can find someone that you just, you know, find entertaining, and then you find cool new games from that. So yeah, it's the cool part of being a variety streamer and following others. So yeah, I've got a lot of new games to play next year. I was filtering through my unplayed games. I have 32 unplayed games in my Steam library, so I need to get through that list. It's bad. The backup is bad. But yeah, I'm excited for what 2026 will bring, and hopefully I will see you all there as well. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and I'll just end stream here because I should probably go hang out with my dog, who is sad and scared. I'm gonna send a raid on over to Asay, but have a fantastic new year, everybody, and just a great year. I hope you all have a fantastic year. Thank you for being here this year, and I will see you in 2026 on Friday with something. Alright, goodbye and good night and happy new year, everybody. Bye! Bye 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 bye. Bye!